3, 2, 1, let's get started. Hi everybody, it's Edwina again, and welcome to In Bed with Bedbible, the podcast, the pajama optional podcast, where we talk about sex, we talk about sex toys, we talk about, basically anything and everything to do with sex. This is our very first podcast, so yay! We're really excited to be doing this, and I'm a little awkward about it as well. I'm not used to having this in my face, and I have notes, which is much different than our videos, and we have got a lot of fun things coming up, and I hope that you will subscribe to our channel and you will play along with us at home and just enjoy what we have to say. Everything here is done in a safe and a laid-back environment, hence the pajamas, hence being in bed with Bedbible. And so I hope you enjoy it. The very first podcast is going to be me by myself, and we are going to just have a little bit of fun. I am going to talk to you about the 10 Commandments of Sex. And you'll see that I will refer to my paperwork. That's a little bit different being a podcast than being just recording our videos, let's say. And one of these days, we are going to be taking this on the road live. And hopefully I will have my crap together by then, and I won't be so nervous, and I won't say and so 5 million times. Okay, now, we all have kind of unwritten rules for sex. We all have them, admit it. You know you have them too. And these are things basically that we don't allow or we don't want to happen. And a lot of times we don't talk about it ahead of time and they end up happening anyway. So we kind of make this mental list of things that we kind of don't want to happen, or don't want us to do, or don't want our partner to do. Yeah. So we have written, in sticking with the Bedbible theme, I have written the 10 Commandments of Sex. I didn't do it by myself, of course. I have my own rules that I have kind of integrated into the top 10 here. But I also have spoken to friends of mine, as well as people who follow the blog and follow us on Facebook. So if you want to get involved with the Bedbible podcast, follow us on Facebook at Bedbible, and also on Twitter at Bedbible. And I pop things up there once in a while, asking questions and polls and things like that. And I also ask for people who'd like to participate in the show. So follow us, and you never know, you might be a part of Bedbible. So before we get started, I would like to thank in advance Jason and Tina, Cassie and Melissa for your invaluable input. You guys cracked me up with some of your top 10 commandments for sex, and I have included these in on here. Okay, so this could be used for all couples. Even though some of it may seem like it's all heterosexual, this is something that can be applied to anybody. So it doesn't matter how you identify sexually or who you love. Everything can be kind of tweaked and changed around to be your own 10 Commandments of Sex. So, let's get started, shall we? Okay. Cheat sheets. Number 1, and most importantly, yes, we are going to start off on a serious note. So please bear with me, because this is like the number 1 and most important commandment is, thou shalt not proceed without consent. Yeah. It is a serious one, but it is extremely important. And consent, it doesn't matter what is in regard to, whether it's sex, whether it's BDSM play, whether it's, inviting someone into the bedroom or bringing sex toys into the bedroom, whether it's kissing or cuddling or fondling or having intercourse. Consent is the number 1. No means no, period. And even if you get into it and it's hot and heavy and everything, and suddenly your partner says, wait, whoa, stop. Stop means stop. No means no. No doesn't mean maybe. No doesn't mean talk me into it. No doesn't mean I'm joking. And no doesn't mean I'm being coy or playing hard to get. No means no, and consent is important. And remember, I know it may seem uncomfortable, especially if somebody puts the brakes on during sex. But the thing is for some reason they're feeling uncomfortable, and you have to understand that. So when somebody asks you to stop or somebody says no, especially in a situation if somebody is under the influence of alcohol, because we've all had a little bit too much to drink from time to time, and things have happened, and sometimes we wake up and regret it the next morning, but sometimes we get our wits about us and we say no. So consent is a must. Consent is number one. Consent is respect, and consent is love. So let's just remember that. Consent, consent, consent. No matter what, you need consent. Okay, so now let's have a little bit of fun. Number 2, thou shalt reciprocate. Yeah. Okay, once in a great while, you want to give your partner a little goody-goody. Maybe it's their birthday, or maybe you kind of want to slip into the coat closet at somebody's dinner party. That's a lot of fun. We like to give our partners a little bit of fun once in a while with no reciprocation. But the rest of the time, you get off, I get off. That's how it works. It's reciprocation. And that is number 2. So if your partner rolls over and falls asleep and you're lying there going, yeah. It's no fun to have to go into the bathroom and masturbate afterwards. Do you hear me? So thou shalt reciprocate. You get off, I get off. We're all happy and we can go into a post-sex coma together. Okay, now, number 3. And this one is very important. Thou shalt not expect or engage in oral sex with swamp ass. Or, as my friend Joyce put it, and I love this, thou shalt not expect head after you just mowed the damn lawn for 3 hours. Take a shower, please. I mean, I'm going to speak from a heterosexual female's point of view here. Sweaty ball sacks and butt crack. Seriously, it's, especially if you're doing oral, no. Just please take a shower, wash your stuff, male, female, it doesn't matter what you have down there. Wash it up, clean it up before you get naughty, because no. Swamp ass and stinky coochie and ball sacks and all that, it's not pleasant. Take a shower. No swamp ass, okay? All right. Number 4, thou shalt always discuss fantasies before introducing them. Yeah. You don't want to get in the middle of getting it on with your partner, and all of a sudden they say, hey, baby, I've got a surprise. And they whip something like this out on you. It's yeah, honey, isn't it great? No, it's not, especially when it's a surprise. Surprise sex toys are a big no-no. So if you have fantasies of using this with your partner, or sneaking it in there, or even wanting to watch your partner take one twice this size, that's something you discuss ahead of time. No, I don't want to open my blinds and see you standing out there dressed like a ninja. No. And if you want to make love to my feet, that's your thing, buddy. That's your fetish. But let's talk about it first, okay? So never ever just spring these things on your partner. It's something we definitely need to have a long talk about beforehand. But you never know. That's the thing. When you discuss these things with your partner and you're open and honest with them about your fetishes or your little quirks or your kinks or things that you want to try, or I don't know, things that you think might make them feel good, You never know. Just sitting and talking about it, number one, will probably bring you into the mood. You never know. You might jump online and start shopping for sex toys together. And you never know. Your partner might have the same fantasy as you and may even want to try something like this, or maybe even something bigger. So talk about it. Talk about those fantasies before you bring them in. Don't hold them inside, because that's what love and life and sex is all about, is being open and exploring and having fun. And so we all have those fantasies. Share them with your partner, and you never know where it'll take you. Okay. Now, number 5 in our 10 commandments of sex is, thou shalt honor thy safe word. Thank you, Melissa. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're practicing BDSM or you're just having vanilla sex. Having a safe word is important, because just saying stop or ouch or something like that, sometimes they'll just keep right on going, or they don't hear you. Nobody wants to be left tied to the bed when they have to pee. Nobody wants to be smacked just a little bit too hard on the rump. Hickeys, yeah. Sometimes you get a little crazy there, and you got a big job interview tomorrow and you're either slathering on the makeup. No. The safe word is important. It is extremely important in BDSM situations, because you are really pushing the envelope. And whether you're just trying something new, maybe it's just like a little mild thing, and he ties you down with silk stockings, or you want to try a little paddle, or maybe a little flogger or something. You need that safe word. And when the person yells that safe word, you stop. Period. That way it's fun for both of you, and you will learn the person's limits. My nipples will only stretch so far, so when you're pulling on those nipple clamps, if you're clear across the room and I'm screaming, Armageddon, 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 you better listen and stop. Because, that's the whole idea behind the safe word. You hear it and you stop. Okay, number 6. Thou shalt not criticize any performance or lack thereof due to any circumstances, internal or external. Yeah, we can't be porn stars all the time. As much as we'd like to be, you can't be this super sexy, amazing person all the damn time. Things happen. If you've ever been in the middle of sex and had an amazing leg cramp, and you're laying there writhing on the floor while your partner's in bed going, you okay down there? Yeah. Bubble gut. I mean, come on, we've all done it. We've ate too much pizza or too many tacos, or had Italian, and our stomach is like making so much noise that if you start getting busy, things aren't going to be good. Sometimes the gag reflex likes to rear its ugly head, and there's nothing like feeling like you're going to vomit on somebody's penis. So that happens. And, you get tired tongue sometimes, and you're just not doing as good as you usually do. Performance anxiety. Just like they say, it's okay, I understand, it happens to everybody. It does, seriously. It happens to everybody, whether it's stress from work or you're just overly tired or something like that. It happens. Sometimes you just can't get in the mood and the little fella won't stand up to salute. We can't blame you for that. So the thing is, let's not criticize. Unless it's something that's, happening perpetually over and over and over again, and you think maybe something might be going on with you and your partner, then it's a little different. But every once in a while, it happens. It just, have you ever bonked heads, or, I don't know, like I said, with the leg cramp, something like that. I mean, sex can be funny and sex can be hysterical. Let's just keep it lighthearted, and let's not bring that up later. So no criticizing. And I think one of the number one things is, for you parents out there, is kids. Need I say more? Yeah, that's one of the kind of external things that happens internally inside the house, because there is nothing like getting it on in bed, and I mean, you're really having a good time, and all of a sudden you look over and there's a child right here in your face. Mommy, I need a drink of water. Oh, okay, sweetheart. And you're ushering them out of the room. What were you and Dad doing? And then you've got to explain the whole, well, we were wrestling, and or whatever you want to tell them. So yeah, sometimes kids. So no criticizing, no matter what the circumstances. We got to be positive with one another. Got to be loving toward one another. And as much as we may be frustrated, it's okay. You always got next time. So here we go. Number 7. Thou shalt not fall asleep during sex. Seriously, have you had that happen? Because I have. And you don't feel so sexy when your partner is going down on you and all of a sudden they just fall asleep. You don't feel very sexy. You just want to smack them upside the head. And you think, okay, well, maybe if I just kind of shake my leg a little. Oh, there he goes. And then nope, you lost him. And that can be painful, especially if they're in mid-suck and they just keep pushing down as their head just falls. That can be painful. And if you're like me and you're a small person and your partner kind of dwarfs you by a full foot and a half, and maybe 100 pounds, and they fall asleep during the big deed, and you're laying there, they're on top of you, and next thing you know, they're snoring in your ear, and you're trying to find out strategic ways to get out from under them, because you're slowly losing your breath, and you just can't breathe, and you're smashed to the bed, and the pillows are all around your head, and you're just kind of, okay, well, maybe if I just kind of wiggle this way, and all of a sudden they snort and start humping again, and they doze off. Yeah, thou shalt not fall asleep. If you're too damn tired for sex, let your partner know, okay? Sometimes it'll invigorate us, and we'll feel great, and all those endorphins will get us going, and we'll have great sex that night. But sometimes if you're just too tired, just say it. Okay, because when your partner falls asleep on you in the middle of sex, it's kind of a blow to the ego. You just don't feel quite sexy and exciting. So, no falling asleep during sex. All right. Number 8. Thou shalt not mention the accidental orgasm fart at a later date. Yes, I said it. Orgasm fart. Okay, now I have never had this happen to me when I've been with a male partner, as far as him breaking wind. And I don't know if that's the way women are built, because all of our stuff is innies. Men are outies, we are innies. That's how I've always said. And when we orgasm, everything contracts. I mean, everything from your chest down. Sometimes even your legs and your arms, you're just like, ah. But the thing is when you start to orgasm and everything just clamps down, everything blows, including the gas from the tacos you had for lunch. And it can be embarrassing. Now, when you're having intercourse, that's one thing, because your partner's busy doing what they're doing, and there's some body slapping going on, and maybe the bed springs are squeaking, you got music playing in the background, whatever, and it might not be heard because their head is up here by yours, so maybe they won't hear it. But during oral sex, yeah, you know it. If you've had it happen before, you know what it's like. And the worst part about it is if your partner's going down on you and you're just building up to this amazing orgasm, you start to orgasm, you fart, and they jump like somebody just shot them. I've had that happen before where they've literally just startled out of fright because of something coming out of my body. And I can laugh about it now, but in the moment, it's like, oh crap, I farted. Should I stop? Should I apologize? I'm sorry, I just farted in your face. Didn't you automatically think, oh God, does it stink down there? What's going on? Yeah, those accidental farts, trust me, they are accidental. Queefs are bad enough. We get those big pockets of air in there, you hit it just right, and it's just making noise. But when we orgasm, we pass gas, your head's down there, it is humiliating. But if you jump and go flying off the bed because you're so scared of the fart that just got blown into your face, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. And it's like, did my fart scare you? I'm sorry. Should I apologize for breaking wind in your face? I'm very, very sorry I did that. And I'm even more sorry that you're scared now. So, yeah, let's not ever mention that ever again, because it's burned into my mind and I will never forget it as long as I live. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Number 9. Thou shalt always provide the post-sex towel. We all have been there. Bodily fluids get going, and it really depends on whether you're on top or on bottom who should get it. I always say the person on bottom, the person on top should be the one to run and get the towel. Or I guess keep one in your nightstand, and if you remember, or even while you're making out, reach over, just kind of open that drawer and slide that puppy out and toss it on the bed. So that way nobody is doing the I'm all wet and sticky running to the bathroom kind of thing to go get a towel. And when we ladies are kind of filled with your love juice and we're trying to run to the bathroom to go get a towel, and by the time we get there it's to our ankles, it gets really gross. You're laying there in bed, you're trying to squeeze everything together, or if you're on top, have you ever done the let it not slip out roll? Where you kind of put one leg down and you both go 1, 2, 3. And you roll over and hope to God he hadn't slipped out, because if he does, it's just going to be everywhere. And then you not only have the wet spot where he was, you have the wet spot in the middle, and you have the wet spot on your side too. So, post-sex towel. Please be a gem and go run and get it, or keep one in the nightstand so you can wash up afterward, because trying to hold your knees together and walk down the hallway to go get one and clean up is, yeah, it's kind of difficult to do. So after sex towel, always have one handy. And yeah, let's not forget to do that. All right. That was number 9. I cannot believe we are ready to number 10. Can you believe that? Things just go so fast when you're having so much fun. Okay, number 10 in our 10 commandments of sex is thou shalt not judge the post-sex coma. Now, we briefly mentioned the post-sex coma earlier, and it does happen. And now that I have gotten older, I mean, when I was younger, it was more like, I want to cuddle after sex and all this other stuff, and they roll over and go to sleep. Now that I am, well past middle age, let's put it that way, I enjoy a good post-sex coma. I really do. I am lucky to be able to get up and get something to drink afterward, because I'm just done. I'm done. So I get it now. I so get it. I didn't get it back then. And now, maybe even a bowl of cereal before the coma would help. But, come on now. Good sex, orgasm, towel, coma. It's kind of a no-brainer. But, if you're still at that age where you really love that post-sex glow and you love the cuddling and things afterward, I'm telling you, slip in there. That was my dog. My dog is causing the earthquake there. Sorry. Where was I? Okay, cuddling. If you want that post-sex cuddling, just get in there. Get in there as quick as you can. Clean off with a towel, first of all. Let's get the wet spot taken care of. But slip in there if your partner's on their back. I mean, get up in there under that arm and get there on their chest and just cuddle up as quick as you can before the coma. That way you can just kind of go into coma together. So keep your water on your nightstand so you don't have to run up and go get a drink, because I guarantee you by the time you get back, your partner's going to be in the coma. So keep your water nearby, keep your sex towel nearby, then that way you can just dive in and get that cuddling over with before the coma sets in. But when you get a little older, you'll appreciate it much more, trust me, because I'm so there. Sex can be exhausting. All those nice feel-good hormones, they go rushing through your body. You get that afterglow and that high, and then it's like, out. And sex is good for you. Come on, orgasm is good for you. And it has been scientifically, medically proven that orgasm, all of the feel-good hormones and everything that rush through your body afterward, help you have a good night's sleep. So whether it's partner sex or you're doing a little solo action, those O's are good for you, and they do help you with a good night's sleep. Now, some of these, I couldn't stop at 10 because I got so many good requests and so many great ideas from people that I wrote down a few more that I had to share. So we had our top 10 commandments of sex. And some of these I just have to throw in because they're really good. Joyce said, and this one cracked me up because I've had it happen before. Thou shalt not lick my ear like a crazed puppy. And yeah, I like a little tongue action. I like a little, but not, I don't want my ear to be dripping. I don't want to feel like, when you're in the shower and you get water in your ear and it kind of plugs up. Yeah, don't want that. No crazed puppy, but yeah, a little bit of tongue action. Okay. Thou shalt always use lube and manscape before donning a cock ring. Back when I used to sell sex toys, I would always tell my customers to use lube. You want to put lube between the penis and the cock ring. And especially when you're up there, when you're, closer to the body with the cock ring, you don't want the hair to get wound up and stuck in there, especially if it's made out of, stretchy material of any sort, if you're using any jelly type material, anything like that. The last thing you want is to get hair caught in there. And secondly is to get that sucker stuck. Because if you get that sucker stuck, your partner's going to have to come at you with scissors. And you don't want scissors anywhere near your stuff. Trust me. So, yeah, manscape, lube before the cock ring. Thou shalt never pull the anal beads out as if starting lawnmower. Yeah. Anal beads are meant to be withdrawn slowly at the point of orgasm. You don't just rip those puppies out and, he's not a lawnmower. But when you pull them out nice and slow as they're orgasming, it makes for an amazing big O. Okay. Thou shalt not squeeze my boobs as if they are stress balls, nor twist my nipples like you're tuning a radio. Yeah, I am like the booby queen. I love nipple stimulation. It's like I say, this is the Bermuda Triangle right here. All this stuff is interconnected, and I'm sorry, ladies, if you don't have the same, because it's amazing to have very sensitive nipples. But when y'all are squeezing, like you're like squeezing like stress balls and pulling them and yanking them, and that does hurt. It really hurts after a while. So unless she is really into the painful stuff, take it easy. And a little bit of pinching, and if she says harder, go harder. Otherwise, none of this, you're not tuning a radio. These are nipples. Little pinching, but no, none of that. No. Unless she wants it. Unless your partner asks for it. And I know some guys who really like the nipple stimulation. Didn't know that, but a lot of men have the whole Bermuda Triangle thing going on too. And I just recently learned that there is such a thing as a nipplegasm. I thought I was the only one. Come to find out, I'm not. Other women can orgasm from nipple play. That's a cool thing. We're going to do a whole show on that. We got to do a whole show on that. All right. Thou shalt not use teeth during oral sex. Come on. Some guys might like a nice light graze, but there's a reason why pocket pussies, fleshlights, don't have teeth, because you're not supposed to use them. And, back when I was talking about partner falling asleep, yeah, when they're going down on you and they start to fall asleep, the teeth kind of push against you, and that's why I said it hurts. So, no teeth. No teeth, no biting unless asked. Then we go back to number 1, consent. Thou shalt warn thy partner of impending ejaculation, so they may choose to spit or swallow. Thank you for that, Jason. You are always a gentleman. But it's true. If we have been with our partner for a long time, we can tell by their body language. We can tell by the way they moan or groan or start cursing. Oh, shit. Oh, God. That it's coming. And if you're a swallower, more power to you. If you're not, you want warned. Especially if you're in a new relationship. You want to be warned. Because some women just can't take it. Some guys just can't take it. The whole gag reflex, the whole swallowing thing. You don't want to vomit on your partner. So, if you don't want to be vomited on, make sure you're giving your partner a heads up before you shoot, because that can be uncomfortable for some people. All right. That concludes our 10 commandments of sex. What do you guys think? I bet you have some of your own. You're probably thinking a million different things right now and wanting to add them to the list. If you want to, you can comment below. Let me know what your commandments of sex are, because I'm sure there's some hilarious ones, and God, I like to laugh. Give me some more. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another show entirely on this. I think it would be a lot of fun. So share those with us. And also, while you're going down, scrolling down the page, don't forget to like our video, our podcast. Share it with your friends. And follow us. Subscribe to our channel. That's the best thing that you can do. And because, like I said, we are all about sex positivity here at Bedbible. No matter who you love, no matter how you identify, whether you're disabled or not. And that's another thing that we're going to be talking about a lot about later, is being disabled and how sex can be challenging for people like us. So Bedbible is for everybody. So I hope you jump over there to bedbible.com and take a look at my blog and look at our product reviews. We have some pretty awesome best in tests, and that will help you to narrow down your search on certain sex toys that you're looking for. And we usually have fun promo codes that'll save you some money, and you'll just enjoy yourself, especially when you meet Gray and BB. I'm not going to tell you any more about it. You got to go to the blog and read. Anything that talks about positions, jump on that blog. Meet Gray and BB. You'll love them. So, I think we've come to the end. Boo! And I have had so darn much fun talking to you guys. Yeah, you should have seen it when we picked this up at the sex shop yesterday. My daughter had it out the car window going like this. Yeah, the lady at the sex shop said that she's always thought about buying one. You don't need to carry a gun to protect yourself. Just whip this sucker out of your purse and people will run. People think you're crazy. But yeah, don't worry. My daughter is in her 20s. So I didn't have a toddler hanging this out the window. My kids are grown. Fully grown. So let's bring this podcast to an end. Number 1 in the books. Number 2 coming up soon. And I hope you'll be there with us. And I really hope you enjoyed this. I really do, because this isn't something I ever pictured myself doing. I'm the writer. I'm the one that puts the words down. But I used to get up in front of rooms full of people and sell sex toys, and I really enjoyed doing that. So this is kind of a combination of everything. So thank you to the owners of Bedbible for starting this. I'm hoping that this goes into much bigger things and we can get sponsors and such sometime. So thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. And keep in touch. Like I said, I want to hear your ideas. You never know, I might ask you to be on the show. So thanks again for joining us. Have a good evening. And remember, Bedbible wants to keep you nice on the streets and naughty between the sheets. Thanks again. Bye.